So with David Gilmour, he tends to pick venues, not so much the London one because he did the Albert Hall, but he tends to pick venues that are unusual, sort of like some of the Roman amphitheatres and places which are not traditionally music venues. And I don't know in some cases whether bands have even ever gigged in those places before.
No, I think there's been many in Pula, in Croatia. I don't think there's been many shows there. It was a real pain in the bum as well because in the arse, as it were, because there's six trucks trying to get into, and we had to be offloaded and cross-loaded to small vans to get it up the thing into like flatbeds. It took all day and all night, in fact, because they couldn't work during the day because people were in. So you can't work for health and safety because people are in there walking around looking at these old ruins. So they can only work at night, and it's horrendous. I went in with my tech just to have a look at it. Lee was staying and I was going back to the hotel, but I went in to have a look at like 11 o'clock at night, and I coming back at 11:15, and I said, well, I've had enough of that, because I'd seen it, just to get a feel for the place. And he come back at 8:30 in the morning. It's like, it's horrendous, them sort of gigs. But then, the punters enjoy.
What about the sound of those? Because obviously they're not set up.
No, it's fine.
As a venue.
The one in Verona is a lovely gig. A lot of people do that. They have a lot of opera in there as well. I've done that before with Zucchero, like 3 or 4 nights. It's a beautiful venue, and it's set up for shows. The audiences, they don't put a lot of chairs out. All the chairs are in situ. It's all set up for shows. They've always got something in there. Most people do it. Zucchero's going back this year, or next year. They've got 10 nights in there.
Would you prefer open air stuff?
Open air, yeah.
Open air. Why is that?
Well, because you haven't got so much of the acoustic to deal with. It's free field conditions. It goes, and it's not certain frequencies getting trapped anywhere. It just goes, and what you're hearing is.
Do you need a bit more poke in the PA for open air?
The could open air normally bigger. So the bigger the gig, the more. And we've got this stuff we're doing.
But just because the sound's not bouncing around, so you're getting a kind of in an arena or an indoor venue, because the sound hits the back and then comes back and bounces around, you're getting a loudness
more so for
feel.
The band than the engineer. Unless it's a really bad room, but normally the band will get something from the back wall, but I don't really get it because I'm facing forwards, and if I turn around I'd hear it. But
yeah. Not many people.
The PA we got in South America is huge. It's got the big drops of line of raid in the sides, then 2 lots of delays going back. They'll be behind me, so. But
when do you do the South America? When's that start?
We go on Sunday, on the 6th. So.
Wow.
Be fun.
That'll be fun. You've been to South America before, I'll take it.
No, funny enough, it's one of the places I've never really worried about. It never really bothered me. I went a couple of years ago. I say a couple of years, about 10 years ago now, with Zucchero, just to see a show, because I got a call to do a tour that was starting a week later in Marseille in France. It's the Dome or something in Marseille, and I've done it with Toto before. It's a great gig, but they wanted me to start there, and I said, well, are you rehearsing? And they said, no, they're in South America at the moment, and then they're coming back, and a week later they start. I said, well, I'd like to see a gig at least. And they said, well, we could fly out to Sao Paulo and Rio de Janeiro. So I went out there for 2 days, or 3 days I was away, come back. And then the week later, and I took loads of notes and wrote loads of stuff down. So at least I was kind of prepared of what was going to happen when we got back. And then we got back, and then a week later we started.
The venues that I've seen generally in South America when these, British and American bands go and play there, usually because of the distance of travelling, you've got to be a reasonably big band to warrant going and playing there, particularly with full production.
I don't know all the gigs. I think they're quite big. I think the Sao Paulo gig, I think they're 46,000 seater. It's in the stadium, and he sold it out, so we got 2 nights there. And we've got a second night on, so we're doing 2 nights there. Then we've got Curitiba and Porto Alegre in Brazil as well. Then Buenos Aires, and then Santiago in Chile. So and that's it.
So my understanding is obviously David doesn't like doing venues that are enormous stadium size. Hence the reason possibly for doing the Albert Hall in London for 5 nights rather than doing one gig at the O2 or... he could have done 1 or 2 nights at the O2 had half the crew wages, and
yeah, I think he just wants to do more unusual venues. He seems to enjoy unusual places. I mean, no doubt about. I mean, strangely enough, we did Oberhausen. The gig, with König Pils Arena, or the Pilsner, whatever it is. That's 3 times I've done this year. I did it with you guys. I did it with Grunemeyer, Herbert Grunemeyer, who I do, and David. And I don't know why he did that one, because to me, I mean, there's a Mannheim.
It's an arena, isn't it?
It's a nicer one, and also the Lanxess Arena in Cologne. But then, for whatever reasons, that's not one of the better ones.